How you doing today?
Oh, fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing okay. A little cold in here, but I mean, I'm not used to it being this cold in Houston.
Oh, well, you were just outside, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
How cold is it out there? My iPhone says 34.
Well, I heard it was gonna snow today, and I saw a little drizzle today, so it might be snowing outside. Little awkward in Houston, but I'm sure we can get used to it.
Where are you from?
Originally from Maryland.
Cold
When I
up there?
first came. Yeah, very cold up there. Yeah.
Yes, very humid out
I'm used to
there.
the blizzards and everything. Over here, it's kind of a change, of a climate change, but I like it. I know.
Yeah, mostly just pleasant, you know, the usual.
Yeah.
Well, where do you say we get started here?
Let's get started, yes, sir.
All right. Well, as you know, we're looking for personal bankers here at Bank of America. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, my name is Omar. I currently go to HCC, and I'm also about to start taking classes at UHD. I'm pursuing a business management degree. Later on, I might be pursuing my MBA also. I'm also with a minor with international business. I love to travel. I love to work in management. I love to work. I like to do customer service and sales. As far as my background goes and as far as my job goes, I've worked in many customer service jobs. I've handled a lot of cash on my. I've worked at CVS. I worked at the movie theater. I've worked at Sears. I've worked at. Currently, right now, I'm working as an SSS for Bank of America. That's a sales and service specialist. I do both teller jobs and a personal banker job. So I do have an office where I can get my sales goals and push credit cards, checking accounts, business accounts, and I also service my customers with our daily teller transactions.
Okay, so you're just all around good guy, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I try.
Let's get down to it. Tell me what success means to you.
Okay, well, I mean, success can mean a lot of different things, but as far as in our banking environment, success can be achieved by all associates working cohesively for one common goal and to their best of their abilities. This could mean, as far as the tellers, to be error-free through their transactions without any errors, good customer service. The main key is to be error-free for our customers, to be able to assist them with their needs. And as far as the personal bankers go, also we also have to push pursue our goals, our daily checking accounts, credit cards, CDs, sales goals that have to be met. So as far as success goes, that's what it really means is to get the goals achieved and at the same time satisfying our customers' needs.
Of course, yes, very good. On the opposite side of that, what does failure mean to you?
Well, to be honest with you, sir, failure is not a word I believe in. It's not part of my vocabulary. To me, it means lack of hard work and dedication, and it shows me that the banking center and their associates are not doing what they're supposed to be doing to meet their goals.
Quite agree.
Yes, sir. If you don't mind, I'm taking my jacket off because it's kind of hot in here.
Oh, yes, it's steaming.
Yes.
Tell me, how do you define doing a good job?
Doing a good job is really not based on meeting numbers or deadlines or anything like that. To me, if you're doing a good job, you're performing to the best of your abilities, and then you're making your employer proud. I believe that if you're a good team player, and if you're trying the best you can, and if you're on work, if you're coming to work every day, the time you're supposed to be there, and you're willing to put forth the effort, you would most likely be able to do a good job because of your self-motivation.
Yes. You know, the best are self-motivated.
Yes, sir.
Under what conditions do you work best? You know, do you like it hot, cold, pressure, no pressure?
Now, I must say I don't really have a preference to the condition I'm working under, considering I'm able to adapt to any business and to any environment you throw me into. I'm just that type of guy to where any environment you throw me into, I'm probably going to soak it in, adapt to the people I'm working with, and be able to get the job done. Preferably, I'd like to work with good team players, people that really know what they're doing and enjoy what they do for a living.
Yes, so do I actually. Going along that same line, what would you say is your greatest strength and your greatest weakness?
As far as my greatest strength will go, I would have to say that I'm very reliable. And as we mentioned earlier, I'm also self-motivated. And I'm also trilingual, quadrilingual, if that's what you call it. I'm fluent in Arabic, fluent in English. I can speak Creole and I can understand Creole. And I'm currently working on understanding, learning Spanish. I'm actually, the position I'm in right now, I work with a lot of Hispanic tellers and sales associates, and I pick up a lot of things from them, and a lot of my customers are Hispanic, so I've also took that. I took the initiative to learn the language and really be able to communicate with my customers better. So I would consider that's one of my I would consider that one of my strong points, is that I'm willing to do the work it takes to better myself and to better my banking center that I work for. As far as the weaknesses go, I would really have to say that my main weakness is, instead of actually performing a task without asking questions, I think sometimes I take the liberty of doing things myself, and I rush into things without really asking the questions that I need to ask. I would like to work on where I slow my roll a little bit, think about what I'm doing before I do it, and then ask my higher ups about what I need to do. And that way I can avoid more work to be done because of an error I had did.
You say you've been working here at Bank of America for how long now?
5 years. Yeah, about 5 years.
5 years. Well, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years. Well, considering I started off as a teller, and I worked as a part-time teller, and I worked my way up to a full-time teller, then to a sales and service associate. And considering my background in my education and the languages I know and I'm willing to learn, I can definitely see myself running one of our branches one of these days. And that's a goal that I'm highly considering. Hopefully, if I get this personal banker job, maybe 2 or 3 years with hard work, I'm honestly thinking about maybe running one of our Bank of America branches in the North Houston market.
You might actually overtake me pretty soon.
Yeah, maybe not this branch, but you can count on me being a motivation for you and the competition of this market.
That's great. I like that. Tell me, out of all these 5 years you've been working here, tell me about one work situation you had that required excellent communication skills.
Okay, well, being that I'm the SSS, which is the Sales and Service Associate, I work with both the tellers and the personal bankers. So I do have an office where I stay at to pursue my sales goals, and a lot of the times I'm also at the teller line where they need me occasionally. I'm also lobby leading. I'm really the face of the bank. When they come in, I'm probably the first one you're going to see. I'm going to greet you. So I'm everywhere usually, but sometimes whenever I'm in the office and I do have a customer that has some, for example, mortgage problems are not necessarily something we deal with at the bank, but it is something you can go to the bank and they can actually help you by warmly transferring you to the right associate who can help you. So a lot of times I get customers with mortgage issues that I get on the phone and I go from, and I start calling departments after departments to try to get in the right department for them. A lot of times I stay 20, 30 minutes on the phone just trying to get this customer some help that they deserve. Maybe just for a fax number so we can fax some documents. But I find myself quite a few times spending quite a bit of time on customers that I don't necessarily have to help, but I am willing to help.
Okay. That pretty much sums up all the questions I have for you. Do you have anything for me today?
Yes, if you don't mind, I do have a couple of questions to ask you. I would like to first start off just to find out, why is this position available here? Is there some kind of a reason why this position is open?
Well, see, we at Bank of America are planning to expand a little bit more. Okay. Yes, we're already very big, but we're trying to expand more. And of course, our first step in that is acquiring more employees, and we only acquire the finest, and we would really like to incorporate our employees that we already have into this position.
Okay, great. Okay, well, I also did a little bit of homework, and I found out that the turnover rate is about 24% for this particular position. That seems pretty high for this position. I'm just wondering why, and is there anything you're doing about that?
Well, a lot of people see this ratio and they think it's very high, but in reality it's really not. Well, actually it is, but let me explain. When people come into this position, it's either one of two things. They either come in here as a stepping stone for managerial positions.
Okay.
And also another 50% of the people come in here and they're unprepared.